So, let's go to the House Bill number 7466, an act affirming English as an official language of our country and promoting and strengthening English as the lingua franca of instruction, commerce, and industry. Section 1. This act shall be known as the Strengthening of English Proficiency Act of 2018. So, sa sector na ito, pinapatibay ang paggamit ng English language at ito ay nagsimula noong 2018. Section 2. English together with Filipino is hereby categorically affirmed as an official language of the Philippines, and as much as possible, it shall be the language of instruction on our school, and shall be the lingua franca not only of instruction but also of commerce and industry. So, ang official language sa ating bansa ay English and Filipino, na mararapat lamang na ito sa pagtuturo sa paaralan at sa lahat ng sektor ng industriya. So, Section 3. For this purpose, all grade levels in our educational system shall make use of English as the language of instruction, except in the teaching of Filipino, which shall be maintained as a separate subject in school curriculum. So, yun nga, hindi ko na kailangan i-explain yun dahil naintindihan naman na natin ito. Section 4. The Department of Education, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Technical Education and Skill Development Authority shall undertake measures to further strengthen the English proficiency of our students through the following measures. A. Evaluation, assessment, and review of curricula. B. Promoting and strengthening of the use of English in all levels of our education system. C. Improvement of student modules in English and its key components. D. All other matters which are necessary to strengthen the English proficiency of our student, teacher, and in the entire population. So, sa lahat ng department ng education, yung mga CHED, TESDA, and DepEd, marapat lamang na gumamit ng English language. Kailangan natin gumamit ng English language sa mga tests, sa mga questionnaires, to improve English proficiency ng mga student at pati na rin sa mga teacher at sa ating mga netizen. So, Section 5. The Department of Education and the Commission on Higher Education and the Technical Education and Skill Development Authority are hereby tasked to formulate the implementing rules and regulations of this Act. So, kailangan din sundin ng CHED, TESDA, at DepEd ang paggamit ng English sa pagtuturo. Section 6. An initial amount of 100 million pesos necessary for the implementation of this Act shall be included in annual generation appropriations act upon the effectively of this Act. Thereafter, the amount of 50 million pesos shall be appropriated regularly and shall be included in the annual general appropriations Act. So, para matupad ang batas na to, naglaan ang government na 100 million pesos para sa implementation ng batas, and yearly may budget para sa batas na ito na 50 million pesos. So, Section 7, if any provision hereof is held invalid or unconstitutional, the remainder of the law or provision not otherwise affected shall remain valid and subsisting. So, Section 8, all laws, presidential decrees, executive orders, rules, and regulations contrary to or inconsistent with the provision of this Act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. So, Section 9, this Act shall take effect upon its approval.
Good morning everyone, I'm Michael Reyes and I'm going to report early language literacy and numeracy assessment. So, what is ELNA? ELNA is administered to a stratified random sample of learners at the end of grade 3 who are completing stage 1, K-12, Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education or MTB-MLE, for a 19 language is used in stage 1. So, early language literacy and numeracy is a program designed to address the needs for quality education. The main objective of this is to improve the reading and numeracy skills of pupils from kinder to grade 3. ELNA assess early language literacy and numeracy in the 19 language covered by this program as well as competencies needed for academic success in later key stages. Unfortunately, the ELNA results for school year 2017 to 2018 shows that learners were performing a low proficiency in the subject design as English and Filipino, despite the use of MTB-MLE early grades. When the ELNA data were further analyzed in terms of each separate mother tongue, the proficiency levels did not change substantially to those found for English and Filipino. These outcomes requires additional research data for better understanding at language effects.
Hello everyone, I am Crystal Ivy Jane Ganal and my topic is all about Basa Pilipinas. Basa Pilipinas and ABC plus our USAID funded activities that aims to improve early grade learning outcomes. Working closely with the Philippines DepEd, Basa Pilipinas 2013 to 2018 focused on improving reading outcomes for early grades in regions 1-7 of the country. This activity aims to improve the reading skills for 1 million children in the early grades in selected areas in the Philippines, in Filipino, English, and selected mother language. The activity focuses on improvement in reading instruction, reading delivery systems, and access to quality reading materials. Implemented January 2013 to June 2018. This activity aims to improve the reading skills for 1 million children in the early grades in selected areas in the Philippines in Filipino, English, and selected mother language. The activity focuses on improvement in reading instruction, reading delivery systems, and access to quality reading materials. So, the Basa Pilipinas aims to improve the reading skills for 1 million children in the early grades in the areas Philippines in Filipino, English, and selected mother language. And the Basa Pilipinas implemented on January 2013 to June 2018.
So, hello everyone. I am Annalise Camadu, the last presenter of this group. So, the Basa Pilipinas provides or recommends the three following actions. The number one is provide more support to grade 4 learners transitioning the learning math and science content in English. Given that learners are still less proficient in English than Filipino at the end of grade 3, grade 4 teachers will need to ensure that they can scaffold and support children's learning in subject taught in English by grade 4. The number 2 is explore additional ways of improving English language acquisition in the earlier grades. Grade 1 to 3 learners benefits from expanded oral language development activities, extend conversations, exposure to supplementary books that touch on science and math content in child-friendly ways, among others. The number 3 is the test out additional strategies that can increase boys' achievement in reading in the early grades. The consistent underperformance boys of their literacy outcomes demands creative approach and strategies that can get boys more engaged and interested in reading. The number 4 is provide teachers and principals with the tools, engage parents to supporting children's language and literacy learnings at home. Um, Finding from this report suggests that regular participation of all parents in their children's learning may help improve students' performance. The school should be encouraged to continue efforts to communicate with parents on simple things they can do at home to bolster children's reading skills. So, in summary of Basa Pilipinas is a basic education project in support of Philippine government's literacy component of the K-12 curriculum, implemented in close coordination with the Department of Education or DepEd and other key education stakeholders. Basa is helping DepEd implement transformative literacy practices in selected divisions of Region 1 and 7 through the provisions of teaching and learning materials, training for teachers and school heads, as well as post-training supports for grade 1, 2, and 3 teachers.
Despite the fact that the Philippines is regarded as one of the largest English-speaking countries in the world, the Philippines is recognized globally as one of the largest English-speaking nations with the majority of its population having at least some degree or fluency in the language. English has always been one of the official language of the Philippines and is spoken by more than 14 million Filipinos. It is the language of commerce and law as well as the primary medium of instructions in education. For instance, in the 2 years study conducted by Hopkins International Partners based on the test of English for International Communication, Filipino university graduates average only 630, a far cry from the 850 passable score required by BPO companies, an outcome lower than the competency requirement for taxi drivers in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Filipino graduates also average a common European framework or reference of language grade of B1, lower than the CEFR B2 proficiency target set for high school graduates in Thailand and Vietnam. The same report indicates that the Filipino university graduates' median score was comparable to the proficiency of 5 and 6th grade students from English-speaking countries such as the United States of America and the United Kingdom. In addition, the decline in our English proficiency jeopardizes our being a global supplier of prime English proficiency manpower, a fact which have continuously pumped in deeply needed dollar remittances to our economy. This decline may be traceable to the policy of the Department of Education to use the mother tongue in the various regions of the country as medium of instructions in our schools. Also, while Filipino, our national language is supposed to grow simultaneously with English, what is happening is that the promotions of Filipino is being done at the expenses of teaching English in our school. The last paragraph is, despite the presence of Article 4, Section 7 of the Constitution, which provides that for purposes of communication and instructions, the official language of the Philippines are Filipino and until otherwise provided by law. The status of English as a medium as instructions, commerce, and industry in our country is being placed in shaky grounds as it is not that promotive of the use of the English language in our country. On the basis of the foregoing, this bill aims to be the enabling law that will affirm English as one of the official languages of our country and that will be the source of clear-cut government policy on a planned and purposive promotions of English as the lingua franca of instructions, commerce, and industry.